Hello, everyone. Today we are going to tackle a topic that does come up from time to time, but it was most recently put in front of my face from Michaela, who messaged my Facebook page profile. And she says this. She says, "Hey there, my friend invited me to your group a while ago, and I just love the information that you share. I have another friend who chooses to sell essential oils, and sometimes I find myself uncomfortable with her suggestions. This last one she shared is one that hit me hard, and it just felt like a huge no-no. I wanted to pass it on in case this was something new to go around in the business, like the flu bomb suggestions. I have copied her text as the screenshot showed too much info on her. Her suggestions were on treating a UTI with essential oils." So here is what she screenshotted me or shared with me that was recommended to her. So Michaela says her friend is suggesting to get a 100% cotton tampon and soak it in coconut oil, purification, which is a specific blend that I will go over the essential oils with in a moment, copaiba and lavender essential oils, and put that in for a couple of hours. Her friend did this twice a day and also made a spray with apple cider vinegar and those same oils. She used the spray every time she used the washroom. So her question, Michaela's question to me, was if this is safe. She definitely questions it herself, so she's looking for some reassurance that yes, this is indeed unsafe, or maybe a surprise of yes, this is okay. This is safe, this is not safe. So what do you think? Post in the comments below if you think this sounds safe. 100% cotton tampon soaked in coconut oil, a blend called purification, copaiba, and lavender, and insert that for a couple of hours, and then also use those same essential oils in a spray with apple cider vinegar. So before I answer specifically, let's take a look at the blend purification, which is put out by a specific company. I'm sure you could Google it and find it. That's not really the point. Companies aren't the point, right? It's all about the safety of the essential oils, not the brands. And let's take a look. So inside of this blend, in this blend is included these essential oils: citronella, rosemary, lemongrass, tea tree, lavandin, and myrtle oil. And I say lavandin because it's not lavender. Lavandin, it has very, very different safety issues than lavender essential oil. And while lavender essential oil doesn't have a topical max or any major safety issues, lavandin does. It's actually a blood thinner. Citronella has a topical max that needs to be kept in mind. Rosemary isn't safe for children under the age of 10. And lemongrass has a very low topical max of 0.8%. Tea tree is fine, and it actually is really great for a lot of different fungal, yeast, viruses, bacteria, and all of that. And then we have myrtle oil, which is included in this blend called purification, that is potentially carcinogenic. So in total, this blend that is supposed to be added to a tampon and inserted for a couple of hours a day for UTI, the safety is to avoid this blend. Now, this just means in general. This blend should only be used from or by people over the age of 10 years old. Not safe around dogs, of course, and we're talking about inhalation and topical use. But with that in mind as well, this blend does contain blood thinners. So if you are on aspirin, if you're taking blood thinners, if you have any sort of platelet disorder, then you want to be very careful with using this blend because it has one or more essential oils that are anticoagulant, which means it can thin the blood. Also, if used internally, it does have drug interactions, including with diabetes medication. It has contraindications before and after surgery, damaged and broken skin. Definitely not for those delicate areas. And as I mentioned, myrtle specifically is the one in the blend that is potentially carcinogenic. Therefore, the whole blend can be potentially carcinogenic. So that is just in general. In other words, I personally wouldn't recommend diffusing this or using it topically. And I definitely would not recommend using this blend, along with other essential oils on a tampon, even if diluted. So going back to the recommendation, soaked in coconut oil, which, there's no dilution here. So let's just start there. Like, there's no recommendation on the exact number of drops to use, but let's even assume that this is diluted a lot, which, judging by this information, anybody could just be dumping essential oils in here. It simply says to soak in coconut oil, purification, copaiba, and lavender. There's no descriptive number of drops or anything here. So this could be really unsafe, really bad, really cause a lot of pain. But let's assume it's properly diluted. You still have to go by those safety issues that I mentioned. And then also adding these essential oils to apple cider vinegar as well. Again, no specific recommendation on the number of drops. So somebody perchance could dilute this safely. Other people may not be diluting it safely, but regardless, I do not recommend inserting these essential oils. It's just not going to feel good. It's not going to be okay. And essential oils mixed with apple cider vinegar, it's just not going to happen. The essential oils will float on the surface of the apple cider vinegar, so you could have undiluted essential oils on the skin. I mean, regardless, we're talking about mucous membranes in a delicate area. It's just not going to feel great. Now, that all being said, if you have a UTI, if you have a yeast infection, if you have inflammation in the area, it is possible that you could potentially benefit this inflamed situation by using an oil, a carrier oil, not an essential oil, called Tamanu. Tamanu is amazing for yeast infections, for fungal situations, bacteria, and this can be applied directly on the outside of the skin. I do not recommend inserting this oil, but it can be spread around the outside of the area of the skin that is inflamed. And in some situations, you may be able to properly dilute tea tree essential oil and include it with the Tamanu at a 1% dilution. So this would be a single drop of tea tree in a teaspoon of Tamanu, and this could benefit the situation. I always weigh risk versus benefit. So in a situation like a yeast infection, if there's a lot of inflammation, irritation, painful, soreness, I don't recommend if the skin is cut or broken, but this could potentially feel soothing in that case. However, the recommendation of inserting a tampon with all of these essential oils is not going to be beneficial at all. So this is categorized as an essential oil fail. So if you have any experience with this sort of recipe, if you'd like to share your comments below, please feel free. If you ever come across any information that you feel like isn't safe, definitely go ahead and ask me, and I will let you know if it is something that I would recommend or not. And you might be featured on my next podcast. So I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you have a great day. See ya.